here. Look at the data types of the fields what we have created. New field. So we have seen about checkbox, currency, date, date and time, email, geolocation, number, person, phone, pick list, multi-select, text, text area long, rich, encrypted, time, URL. These are the basic format. Now we have formula. Auto number also we know, system generated value. What was the next data type we have? Formula. The next data type what we have is formula. So let us understand how to create these formula fields. Now, when I say formula fields, we are trying to, formula is one of the data type. This formula field, value of this field is calculated based on the data which was existing in the record. Value of this field is calculated based on the data which is existing in the field. I repeat, value of this field is calculated based on the data that is existing in the record. Formula of fields. Value of this field is calculated based on the data which is existing in this field. Now let us see. How many types of formula fields we have? Two types of formula field. Simple formula, advanced formula. There are two types of formulas what we have. Simple formula and advanced formula. When I say simple formula, it will refer to the data of the object on which I am creating a formula. Using a simple mathematical operators, it will calculate the value. We are writing a formula expression. Based on that expression, value is calculated. We are going to create one formula. Based on that formula, value is going to be created. So the formula should be formed based on the fields which are in the object by using simple operators. Now look at this format. Formula. Next. Enter the name of the formula. Let us see. Processing fee. Now, at the time of creating the formula itself, you have to tell what type of result you are going to expect. You are writing a formula. At the time of creating the formula itself, you have to tell what type of result you are expecting from this formula. Now, the possible values are checkbox, currency, date, date time, number, percent, text, time. The possible outcomes of the formula are checkbox, currency, date, date time, number, percent, text, time. Let us assume I give currency. They are asking, what type of formula is this? Simple formula or advanced formula? When I say simple formula, we are going to use basic level operators. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, explanation. Now, using the fields of the object. Now, when I say advanced formula, Salesforce is giving you some predefined methods. Look at this. These are the predefined methods what Salesforce has given. Using those, we can form complex logic. When I want to create formula using a complex logic, then I will go for advanced formula. In the advanced formula, I can use my data. I can also use my related objects data. I can use my data and my related objects data. Are you getting my point? So when you want to form complex formula, you go with advanced. Is that was clear? Right. Formula is a data type. If I define data type of a field as a formula, the value of this field is calculated based on the expression what you have mentioned. These formulas are categorized into two types: simple, advanced. When I say simple, By using the simple arithmetical operators, we are trying to calculate the value. Advanced, when you want to form the logic using a complex, when I want to form the logic using a complex scenarios, then I will go for advanced formula. When I say advanced formula, we are going to get some predefined functions offered by the Salesforce. Is that was clear? Right. Now you need to understand a quick point here. I want to create a formula. When you want to create a formula, what are the predefined functions that Salesforce has offered? This is only the logic what we are going to write. In the administration, no other logics will be available. Only at the time of creating a formulas, validation, there will be small logics. Apart from this, rest all will be click and drag. Okay. Only this is the topic where we have some calculations. Okay. Formula. First, what are the predefined functions the Salesforce has given you? First one is blank. What is this is blank? This will return true if the value of the expression is blank. Is blank. This will return true if the value of the expression is blank. This is used on text fields. These are used in text fields. This is used on the text fields. This is used on text field. Is blank. We verify this only on fields which contain alphanumeric. Example. Check last name is entered or not. Check whether check last name is entered or not. Is if the last name is entered, if last name is entered or not, is blank of last name. If last name is not entered, if last name is entered, false. Check email value is entered or not. Check email value is entered or not. Check email value is entered or not. Is blank of email.
Hello?
Is blank of email. Please mute your mics, Venugopal.
Sir, your voice is not hearing, sir.
Please mute your mic. Yeah. Right. Online people, am I audible? Online people, am I audible?
Yes.
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 Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, right, is blank of email. So we want to check whether text fields are entered or not. Now, let us go to the second one. Is null. Is null. This we are going to use to check numerical values. We are going to check numerical values. This will return true if the value is entered. This is used to check the value of numerical field. This will return true if the value is blank. Right. Now, example, check whether age of value of the age is entered or not. Check whether value of the age is entered or not. Is null of, I gave underscore underscore C. Why? Custom field. Not every field will be a standard field. Check amount is entered or not. Age is entered. Check amount is entered or not. Right. So we have is blank, is null. Blank is for text fields, whereas is null is for numerical fields. Not of expression. It will return false if the expression is true. It will return true if the expression is false. Right. Example. Example. Return true when name is entered. Now, return true if the name is entered. So let us say is blank of, if the name is entered, what it is going to give? If the value of name is entered, it gives you false. It gives you true only when it is blank. If I enter name, it gives you false. When I say not of false, it will give you. So basically, now is blank of name. If the name is entered, it will be a false. Not of false, it will be coming as return false. If the name is return false if age is not entered. Return false if age is not entered. So, if age is not entered, is null of. If age is not entered, it gives you true. But what I want false. So, not of gives you false. Is that was clear? Any query? Right, boss? Okay. Now, let's take the next one. If condition. If condition. I hope everyone is good. People who are new to the development or IT. Now look at the point. If condition statement 1. What was that? If the condition is true, then statement 1 will be. If the condition is false, so whatever the condition I give here, if this condition is true, statement 1 will come. If the condition is false, statement 2 will come. Whatever the condition we gave, if this condition is true, statement 1 will come. If the condition is false, statement 2 will come. If the condition is true, statement 1 will come. If condition is false, statement 2 will come. Look at this. If age is above 30, now if age is above 30, then give BTech else plus 2. What I am giving here, if age greater than 30, if age is above 30, so what we are giving here? We want to give no. So if the value of age is above 30, then BTech is the output. If age is less than 30, plus 2. Right, boss? Next example. If annual revenue is more than 20 lakhs, then return platinum, else return gold. Write the condition. If annual revenue is more than 20 lakhs, return platinum, else return gold. If annual revenue is more than 20 lakhs, then return platinum, else return gold. So now you are giving it. If annual revenue greater than 20 lakhs, then give platinum customer, otherwise give gold customer. Right. Next one. Right, boss? If email is entered, then return 10, else. If email is entered, if email value is entered, if the email value is entered, return 10, else 0. If the value of email is entered, if the value of email is entered, then return 10, else 0. If the value of the email is entered, then give 10, else 0. So now do you check whether email is entered or not? I want to check whether email is entered or not. Is blank of email. If the email is, if email is, first let us understand the functionality. Now, if the email is entered, if the email is blank, if email is not entered, what we get? 0. If it is email is not entered, it will be true. If an email is not entered true, then I'll get 0. If it is entered, I'll get false. Then I'm going to get next. Similarly, if annual revenue is more than 0, then 20. If annual revenue is more than 0, then return 20, else 0. So what I'm doing, if annual revenue greater than 0, 20. Right? Now, by making use of this, let us make a scenario. My requirement is blank, is null, not if. So look at my requirement now. On which object I am creating a scenario? Lead object. Now look at this. Whatever the object Salesforce has provided, if you are comfortable with that, you can use it. On the standard objects, whatever the extra fields you require, you are trying to create. Now I want to create a field on the lead object. Name of the field, lead score. Name of the field is lead score. Data type, formula. What is the logic for writing this formula? Now look at this requirement. I am trying to calculate the lead score. I am trying to calculate the lead score. First one I have last name. First name is blank, 0 points, not blank. Then I'm going to take email. If you enter 10 points, if you don't enter, company name. Well, I can go with other fields here. Look at this. Lead. I have taken first name, email, phone number, annual revenue will take. Annual revenue greater than 0, 20 points, less than or equal to 0, 0 points. So this is the formula I want to create. Now why I am taking this formula? Lead is what? People who are showing interest on my product. A lot of people have made an inquiry. Now let us say I am starting a new batch. Students have started making a calls. Somebody inquired through Just Dial, somebody inquired through Suke Sulaka, somebody inquired through Telephonical, somebody sent an email. A lot of inquiries received. Let us say there are 100 inquiries. I asked my reception to give a call back to students and inform that batch is starting. Now, whom should we call first? There are 100 inquiries what we received. Out of that 100 inquiries, whom she has to call first? Now, I told boss, whoever has provided maximum details, okay, give a priority for those people, give a call. Now, somebody only sent a name and email. Somebody sent only name. Somebody sent name, email, phone number. Somebody told name, phone, email, and they told they are looking for only 7 o'clock batch. So what is that? On what basis you are prioritizing the leads? Now, you have to say it is a genuine, it is not a genuine. Now, if I want to process the lead, minimum if they get score of 30, I'll process. On what basis? I will say phone number, email, and name is a must. Only the people who provide these 3 data, I can only call those people. Now, if you are not providing a phone number, don't call them, don't send an email, drop it out. Now, what is that? We are giving a prioritization. So, on what basis? As per me, phone number is a high priority. Email is the second priority. Then batch timing is the third priority. So if you enter all this, give 20 points for phone number, 10 points for email, 10 points for your batch, 10 points for your complete name. Now whoever get 40 points, call them first, 30 points next, 20 points next, 0 points next. Are you getting? So why we want to qualify? When you don't provide all the data, there is no use of processing it again. If you are genuinely interested, obviously you provide a more amount of information about you. Right, boss? Okay. Now, to identify the quality of the lead, when I get an inquiry, I want to understand the quality of this lead, quality of this inquiry. Now, if you get 40 above, quality of the inquiry is good, so process them fast. If the score is less than 20, now quality of the lead is less. Okay, there is no use in processing this data. Are you getting? So to identify the quality of the lead, I am calculating some score. Okay. Now what was that? This is the reason why we have discussed about all these four functionality to implement this. Now what we require? If first condition, first name is blank of, if first name is blank, 0 points, no 10 points. Plus second one, if email is blank of email. Plus I'll get 0 or 10, any one value. Phone number. In the Salesforce, the phone number is text only. Is blank. Why? Because my phone number will be 0401234. My phone number will be +1. Now it is not a numerical value. Right? It is not a numerical value. You have plus sign, right? Plus is not a numerical. Hyphen is there, right? I am storing the data like this. Now you have special characters. There is a reason phone number should not be taken as numerical. If you don't want to accept the special characters, numerical. But generally phone numbers will have. Okay. So what is that? Text. Plus, then I have if annual revenue greater than 0, if it is greater than 0, 20, otherwise. So finally I am going to get a score. So how do you form this? Right. Go to setup, build, customize. Create is what? When you are building your own objects, then we go for create. Now I am not working on my own objects. I am working on the objects which are already created by Salesforce. When you are working on the objects which are already created by the Salesforce, build, customize, leads, what we have? Then scroll down. New, I am building my own field. Once again, setup, build, customize, leads, fields, lead and custom fields. New formula. Next. Lead score. Then I have what type of value we are going to get? Number. With a decimal or without decimal? Without decimal. Then I am creating. This is what I create. This is how we got. Then check the syntax. No errors. Next. Next. Go to any one of the lead record. check out the score. So formulas will be applied on all the existing records. So we got lead score equal to 30. Why? Annual revenue is not entered. Phone number entered, first name entered, then we got email is entered. Annual revenue not entered, I am making 45,000. What lead score equal to? Is that was clear for everyone? So we are trying to create a formula which is used to calculate the value. What functionalities we used? Is blank, is null, if conditions. Okay. I hope you are good with this. So let us go to next choice. I hope you are good with this. So next one I am going with. Yes, any query? Any query on that? Right. So what was the way of creating? People stop discussion. Right. Overexcited to explain to others. Setup, build, create, customize, leads, fields. Now, in my case, I have chosen lead score. Choose the data type. Then, what type of value you are expecting? Number. Then I wrote formula. Then I told check syntax. Then, okay. Now, let me give you next functionality. Next functionality is case. Now, when do you go for if? When do you go for if? If is what? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right. If yes or no. Now case, when you have more than two choices. If you have more than two choices, when you go to if, what are the possibilities? Say yes or no. So when you go for if, say yes or no. Say yes or no. If true, do this. False, do this. But when there are more than two possibilities, I told, boss, if you are from Hyderabad, okay, this is the logic for it. If you are from Bangalore, this is the logic. If you are from Chennai, this is the logic. If you are from Noida, this is the logic. So what happened? When you have more than two options, when you have more than two choices, then I go for what? Case. When you have more than two choices, I'll go for case. When you have only two options, I'll go with if else. When you have only two choices, if else. If else. When you have more than two choices, I'll go with the case. Then how you build it? Case, expression. If expression gives you value 1, value 2, value 3, then now if the expression gives you value 1, I get result 1, value 2, result 2, choice 1, result 1, choice 2, result 2, choice 3, result 4. None of the choices, choice 1, result 1, choice 2, result 2, choice 3, result 3, none of the choices, result 4. This is what I am getting. Right. Now, let me give you a requirement here. Let me give you the requirement. Now I am giving here processing fee. Now I want to take a processing fee. Look at the scenario. I'll try to build it on the object called loan. Loan. It is a custom object. You have to create an object first. What are the fields that are there in this object? I have loan type. Quick list. What are the options we have? Education, housing. Now, I want to create field. What type of field is this? Field processing fees. Type. What is the data type of the field? Formula. What is the logic we want to implement? You take an option. 1. Education, value 10,000. Housing 20,000. Personal none. This is what I give. So when you are choosing a loan type, now in the loan type you may choose education, you may choose housing, you may choose personal, or you may choose none. Depends upon the option what you have chosen. I have to give the processing fee. Now how many choices you have? 4 choices. I can opt none, or education, or housing, or personal. That is the reason I am going with the case. Case, loan type. If the loan type what you selected is education, 10,000. Housing, 20,000. Personal, 5,000. None of them. So depends upon the option what you selected. Depends upon the option what you selected, we are getting the value. Education, housing, personal, or gym. If the option what you selected is education, 10,000, housing, 20,000, personal, 5,000. Right? So what I'm doing, let us create the fee. First I need to go to loan object. So what do they have? Already they have a field called type. What are the options we have in the type? Education, housing, personal, vehicle. Okay. Now let me create a formula field. New field. It is a custom object and it is a custom field. Formula. Next. Processing fee. What type of value we are going to get? Currency. Next. Case. Type. What is the name of the field? Type. Education, 10,000. This is how we create. Check the syntax. No syntactical errors. Next. Now, formula fields are going to be displayed after saving the record. Formula fields are going to be visible to you after saving the record. Now, when you click on new, only the data what you are supposed to enter, that data will be displayed here. It is called edit page. What is it called? Edit page. When you click on the tab, whatever we are getting is called home page of an object. What is this page called? Home page of an object. When I click on new, whatever you are able to see, it is called edit page. On the edit page, what you can see? The fields whose value you have to enter. The fields whose data you have to enter, only that fields will be displayed. Any value that is calculated by the system, that will not be displayed here. Any value that is calculated by the system will not be displayed here. It is called edit page. That all education. When you save it, you are getting here processing fee. Now this page is called detail page. This page is called detail page. Now what are the pages we have? Home page, edit page, detail page, list view page. These are the 4 pages we are going to have for the object. Every object will have these 4 pages: home page, edit page, detail page, list view page. Home page, edit page, detail page, list view page. Every object will have 4 pages: home, edit, detail, list view page. Now look at the point. Click on this home page. We have here what? Go, right? When you click on this go, whatever you are finding here, it is called list view page. Let me show here for more clarity. When I click on a tab, home page. When I click on this go, list of records are getting displayed. It is called list view page. When I click on any one of the record, this is what? Edit page. Once I save it, it is called detail page. Once I save the record, whatever you are able to see, it is called detail page of the record. So how many pages we have? Home, edit, detail, and list view page. Where is the formula field displayed? Value of the formula field is displayed on the list view page. Value of the formula field is displayed on the list view page. Value of the formula field is displayed on the list view page. Sorry, on the detail page. Value of the formula field will be displayed on the detail page of the record. Once the record is saved successfully, on the detail page, we will be getting this formula field. Okay. Are you clear about this? Loan, new, you are not able to see formula field. Once you save it, it is called detail page. On the detail page, we have the value of formula. Is that was clear? Okay. Now, the 2 we have seen. The third one, we want to understand the next. Here. So what is the next requirement here? Image. I want to print images here. When I want to print the image, it is URL of the image. Error message. What was that? If that URL is not working, what is the error we need to print? I gave an URL. That URL may work or may not work. If that URL is not working, what is the message we get? Generally, we get a box at the bottom. Some message we get, right? That's called error message. Image, URL, error message. Now the question is, how do you provide these images? Look at the point. Listen carefully, everyone. Setup, build, develop, static, new static resource. Again, setup, build, develop, we have static resource, new static resource. Choose the file. Some pic I am going to upload here. Save it. Right. Once you save it, you got the file here. Now copy this. Copy this. Once you save, what are you getting here? ID you are getting, right? Once you save, what are you getting here? ID you are getting. Once you save, you are getting an ID. Copy this. Now I am writing a formula. Let us go back to this. New formula. Next. If you are taking a photo, what type of data is this? Text. Any images are considered as text in formulas. Next. Image. Then URL not working. Check the syntax. Next. Next. So go to your loan. URL is not working. What we can do? What we can do here? Go to documents and try it out. We already have some images in documents, right? So go to documents. Now I'll try a pic file. I'll try to use the file URL, or else we can use the URLs what Salesforce has given us. Check the syntax. Go to the record. The URL is not working for some reason. Okay, let me take my own URLs. Look at the format. I'll go with the document symbol. Maybe the size of the document has crossed the limitation. Test. Internal document. Choose the file. Give it. View file. Go back to this. What is the formula we have created? Edit. Check syntax. Go to the loan. Cross check the file. This how the image is added here, right? So the whatever the URL we have taken, we give the URL, we are going to get it. But here the question here is, what did I do in this case? I went to documents. I made it as internal document. The reason is I require a URL. Along with ID, it is not taking up. So I have made it as an internal document. I have taken the URL. So image, URL, error message. Whatever the URL you have given, that image will be printed here. Now, why did we go to this? Come back to my requirement now. Listen to my requirement. Boss, already we have taken lead score, right? Now, if lead score is above 50, I want to get 5-star images. If it is a 4-star image, we get a rating, right? 5-star, 4-star, 3-star. I want to print the stars. Based on the score I cannot identify, I want to print the stars. I want to print the stars. If it is 50, 5 star, 40, 4 star, like that star images I want to print. So Salesforce already given some sample URLs for you. Salesforce has already given some sample URLs here. Salesforce has already provided some sample URLs which I am going to use it here. Look at this. Right. Salesforce has already given star images. I want to use it. What was the requirement? Now, object, object, try to understand the point, lead. What is the field you want to create? Rating URL. Type of the field, formula. Return type, logic. What is the logic? So I gave here. Score is 50. None of them. So I am going to get some URL. Was based on the score, give me the URL. Based on the score, give me the URL. Based on the score, give me the URL. If the score is 50, give me this URL. 40, this URL. Now, which formula you are going to write? Now we have multiple choice. When you have multiple choice, I have to go for case. So let us go back to this. How are you going to create? Setup, build, customize, leads, fields, custom fields. Then we have formula. Then I'm going to take rating URL. Type is text. Now I want to create. What is the field I am going to use? What is the option we have? Insert field. We can check the name of the field. I created a lead score. Lead score. If the lead score is 50. Now, this is the condition I give. If it is this I give. So we are going to get any one of the URL. Based on the score, we get either 5-star URL or 4-star URL or any one of the URL we are going to get. Check the syntax. Then next. Next. We are going to get the URL. Then I want to create one formula field where I want to display the image. Now we know the URL. If you know the URL, I can print the image. What type of field? Text. Image will have text. So here we have image. Then we have, what is the field name? Rating. So whatever the URL we received, using that URL I want to print the message. Go to the lead. We got here 5-star image. Score is 30. 3-star image. Now based on the score, we are getting the URL. For 5-star, there is a separate URL. 4-star, there is a separate URL. Based on the score, we get a URL. Based on the score, we get a URL. Whatever the URL we are getting, we are using that URL and printing. Look at this, rating URL. Because it's a 30, we are getting 3-star image. That we are printing here. Are you clear about this? Am I clear? Am I clear with this? Right. That is the reason we started taking about the URL. Okay. Now, let us come back. No, I don't want to take the URL given by the Salesforce. I don't want to take the URL given by the Salesforce. I want to take my own URLs. Then what you are supposed to do? Plus documents, new document. Then make it as internal document. Choose the file. Once you choose the file, now we have what? View. When you click on this, you are getting a URL here, right? Copy everything after course.com. This will be the URL of this image. Is that was clear? So if you want to use, I don't want to use the images what Salesforce has given. I want to apply my own images. Then I create that image as document, internal document. Create that image as internal document and use it. I hope you are good with this. Any query from your end? Am I clear? Right. Let us take the next example. Then we have next functionality. Date and time. Date and time function. First one we have today. This will return today's date. Now, this will return current date and time. Today will give you today's date. Now will give you current date and time. Instance of a date. I get told. Like this, I'll create a date. This will create instance of a date. Then I have day of date. Date 17 is going to give you today. It will give you day in the month. Then month in the day. Sorry, I was supposed to give day of, date of. If you give a date, it will give you day of. If you give any date, in the date it is going to give you a month. So I have date here 2017 to 23rd. It's going to give you in this date 2018. I'm going to take month of month of. When I give month of date, whatever the date you gave, if I give month of date, in that date, whatever the month I have given, that we are going to get. So today, now, date, day, month. Year of. So these are the some of the date functions what we have. Then we have date value. This will run the date from date. If I give a date and time, it is going to give you date. If I give date and time, it will give you date. If I give date and time, it will give you date. If I give date and time, it gives you date. If we give date and time, you will receive date. If I give date and time, you will receive date. So let me give you one or two examples on this. I want to find out when was the record lastly modified. I want to find out when was the how many days back the record was created. I want to find out the age of the record. That means how many days back the record was created. Then how do you know when the record was created? We have a standard field called created date. Created date will give you date and time when the record was created. Now from today, how many days? So we are supposed to take today minus created date. Created date is what? Date and time. Today is what? Date. Now what should I do? Convert the date and time to date, then use it. So if I want to take a subtraction between two numbers, both has to be integer or both has to be decimal. Am I right? Now if I am taking a date, other one also should be date. If I take date and time, other one also should be date and time. So what should I do? I have to convert the date and time to date. How can you convert the date and time to date? Date value of what is the purpose of date value? This will return date from date and time. If I give date and time, it will give you date. Are you getting my point? If I give date and time, it will give you date. Then what should I do? Today minus. This will give you the difference between both the dates. If you want to find out the number of dates between these given dates, so today minus created date. But the created date is date and time. So we have to convert it into date and use it. Are you clear? Here, look at the point. I want to know how many days back the enquiry came. Enquiry came, how many days back we received this enquiry. So what I will do? View fields, new fields, formula, age of the record, number, that rule. Check the syntax. Next. Go to lead record. Find age. When was the record created? Create a date. Here we have somewhere. Jan 31st is created. Now today is 8th Feb. So we received age equal to. Right, boss? Is that was clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Right? Any query on this functionalities what we created? So let me quickly revise the things what we discussed. Is blank to verify whether you entered the value or not. Is null, verify whether you entered a numerical value or not. Not, if you give true, it becomes false. False will become true. If condition is true, statement 1, false, statement 2. Then another one I have taken, case. When do you go for case? We have multiple choices. If you go for case, you have only two choice, if else. Then I told, if choice is education, this is the value. Choice is housing, this is the value. Like this, you have done one example on the case. Then I print the image, URL error message. Here I gave our own image. Create the image. Document object. Click on view file. Right? Okay. Then I have taken one example. Based on the lead score, we are getting a URL. Based on the lead score, we are getting a URL. Then I told object read. Okay. Type text. Logic. Image. This is how I give. Then we discussed about few functions. Today we will give you today's date. Now we will give you current date and time. Date. If you want to create a particular date, not today, particular date you want to create, November 13th of 2016. Then I use this. You want to know date. You want to know day in the given date. If you give a date, I want to find out the day in the month. If I give a date, I want to find out the month. If I give a date, I want to find out the year. Date value will convert the date and time into date. Is that was clear for everyone? So scenario. Object. Data type. This is what I have done. Any queries from your end on this? I hope everyone has followed this. Anyone has any query? Anyone has any query on this? So I'm copy pasting the code what I have done. You can refer to the code. Anyone has any query? Let me know. Yes, Amma.
Excuse me, sir.
1 minute. Online, wait for a minute. No option. Then you have to take external documents. That's the reason I gone for static resources. Now, right. Any other queries from the classroom student? Please mute your mic, Amma. Any other queries from the classroom?
Yes, sir. We had
Please mute your mic. I'll answer you. Just wait for a minute. Right. I'll answer you. Online people, please wait for a minute. So, classroom here. Any query from your end? Any query? Right. Go ahead. Okay. Please, online people, give me time, boss. I'll answer you. Let me answer the classroom people here. Right. You have created a field. You have created a field called phone number. Okay. See, I told you clearly, if you are creating the fields using the schema builder, fields will not be displayed on the UI. You need to go for an extra topic called page layout, add the fields. Okay. At the time of creating the fields, if you are going with a schema builder, field will not be added to the UI. We need to have extra topic called page layout and add the fields. Okay. Anyone from here? Yes. Go to the object. At the bottom, you find a concept called page layout. When you go to the object, go to the object. Till now, you are working with the custom fields here. Scroll down. Click on edit. What are the fields are there? Drag it and drop it. Right. Okay. Any other queries from here? I hope everyone is good with this. Yeah. Rest of the people quiet. Let boss. Rest of the people, can you be quiet? Yes. You have created a. I didn't get you. You have created start date. Okay. Term number of months you have given. Okay. See, with respect to the functionalities what we learn, you will not be able to do it. But there is an extra function called add months. Okay, when you learn that function called add months, then start date plus add months will give you the end date. So here's a query. Let's take an example. Course start date and duration. He has given a object called course. Then name of the course, start date of the course, duration of the course. Then he told duration he has given 3 months. Now we want to know when the end date will be. So start date plus number of months. So this is extra functionalities. We are not seen. Add months, add dates. Okay. Using that we can retrieve the end date. We also not only add months, we also have add days. So if I give 45 days, start date plus 45. Okay. Right. Any other query from the classroom here? Any other queries? I hope everyone is good with this topic what we discussed. Right. Yes. Go ahead now, online people.
Satish,
Yes.
Satish, if I want to go through complex,
Could you please repeat? Dinesh, go ahead.
hello,
Repeat.
yes, if I want to go through complex if statements or if conditions, where can I get? Do we have any Salesforce shelf kind of thing, or is it like nested is allowed within the if, whether
See,
we can write
now
nested if?
complexity is within our choice. Now, Salesforce has given if condition. Now you write if with an if, with an if, with an if with an if is your choice. It depends
Yeah,
upon the
can
logic.
any example, any sample, if I want to refer any sample, where can I get
Salesforce
those samples?
cheat sheet. Go to the Google,
Come
type in
again.
the
Uh-huh.
go to the Google and type Salesforce cheat sheet.
Okay, Salesforce. Yeah, yeah. That is what my.
Yeah, right. Yes, next. Somebody from Microsoft is asking a question. Go ahead.
Hi Satish, Siddhant.
Yes, Siddhan.
Yeah, actually, Satish, my concern is that if I face any type of issue when I am doing any sample project or something, for the practice reason, so can I show my screen and resolve that issue?
Now, in the Facebook community, Satish Wala notes is there. Paste your screen there, we'll be answering to you.
Sir, okay,
Alright?
can you please repeat me?
In the Facebook community, I have a Facebook community called Satish Wala Notes. Right.
Okay, okay,
So
okay,
there
okay.
you paste your screen,
Okay,
I'll be answering it.
sure, sure. Okay, thanks a lot. Mm.
Yes, somebody from Microsoft, go ahead. What is your query?
Excuse me, sir. We had selected field. In the field, we created a fee.
Okay.
Fee it is we given like 10,000.